Hey there guys, welcome back. In the last lecture we saw the use of parameters, sep and end. In this video, let's see flush parameter. Flush parameter is used to flush or clear the internal buffer or stream, or we can say it is used to flush the output stream. Flush has two values, true and false. False is the default value, that is, if we don't use the flush parameter, then flushing of the stream will be false, and if we specify true, the stream flushes. Let's understand with the help of example. Making new example, l.py. Here we have a print function. Let's say hello world and print by. So let's run. See hello world and in the next line by. So nothing new here, right? Now let's add end parameter in hello world. Let's say end is equal to space. And now running l.py. So we are getting hello world and space by. So now hello world is ending with space. Okay. Now let's import time module here. So import time. Time is a module in Python library, and there is a function inside time, that is sleep. So time.sleep, and sleep requires one argument and it suspends execution for the given number of seconds. So I'll pass here 5. For 5 seconds I want to pause this. So what is expected in the output of this program? Hello world will be printed, the execution will halt for 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds bye will be printed. So let's see, running l.py. Okay, here the program is halting for 5 seconds, and after that hello world and bye both are printed together, right? Now let's remove this end argument, and now running l.py. Look, hello world is printed and timer for 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds bye is printed. So this is working fine if we don't have end argument, but if we specify end argument here, then the problem occurs. Look, it paused for 5 seconds and then came out all at once, right? So here we have to understand that if we have modified the end argument, then we have to add the flush argument in addition. The reason for this is that print actually puts the string in buffer. When it encounters /n, it flushes that buffer and sends it to the screen. Here we have not used flush, so hello world string is put into buffer, then program pauses for 5 seconds and then it encounters this print. Here it catches another string, it is also buffered, then the program ends here, so the whole strings came out together. To prevent this buffering of strings, we use flush parameter. So here we'll use flush equal to true. By default, the value of flush is false. And now running l.py. Look, hello world. It pauses for 5 seconds and then bye. Now this hello world string is not buffering. Okay, so this is the use of flush parameter. And remember, this buffering of string occurs only if we change end argument. If end is equal to /n, then this buffering won't happen. Now let's see string formatting. Python uses C-style string formatting to create new formatted strings. In string, we use normal text together with argument specifier And with that, percentage operator is used to format a set of variables enclosed in a tuple. Let's understand this with the help of example. Making new example m.py. Let's say we have a variable called name with our username and we want to greet that user. So we'll write name equal to John and print hello. In string formatting we use normal text, so this is our normal text with argument specifier. So here our argument is name, which is of type string. So our argument specifier will be %s. %s is for string. And then we use percentage operator to format a set of variables. Here we have only one variable, that is name. So after the string ends, we use percentage and the variable name. The variable name is name. So we'll use %name. Let's see running m.py. Look, we are getting hello John. Okay. And if we have multiple variables, we can use tuple. Okay. Let's say we have age also. Age is equal to 22 and this time we want to print John is 22 years old. So we'll write print inside string John is 22 years old. First we have John, that is name. So we'll write percentage and John is of string type. So %s is John is 22 years old. So 22 is integer. So for integer we have argument specifier %d. So %s is %d 22 years old. And after the string ends we have to specify the arguments. So percentage and in tuple form we'll write name comma age. So let's see this. Running m.py. Look, we are getting John is 22 years old. Okay. So this is the way string formatting works. Okay. Now here are some basic argument specifiers you should know. We have seen %s and %d. %s is for string. %d is for integers. %f is for floating point numbers. %dot number of digits f is for floating point numbers with a fixed amount of digits to the right of the dot. And %x, uppercase x or lowercase x, this is for integers in hexadecimal representation. So these are some basic argument specifiers and you should remember them. Okay. Now there are different types of string formatting. Let's see. In string class we have a method called format, which formats the specified values and insert them inside the string's placeholder. The placeholder is defined using curly brackets. These can be identified by using named indexes, numbered indexes, or even empty curly brackets. Let's see this with the help of example. Making new example n.py. Let's say we have two variables, name and age. Name is equal to John and age is equal to 22. And let's say we have to print this statement only, that is John is 22 years old. So in the place of argument specifier we'll use curly brackets. This is the string placeholder and let's leave this empty. John is, again curly brackets, years old, and we'll call format method on this string. So how we call any method on any object? By using dot, object dot method name. So this is our string object, so we'll write dot format and inside format we'll specify the names of that variables. So here our variables are name and age. So we'll write name and age. The value of name will be assigned to first curly bracket and the value of age will be assigned to second curly bracket. Let's see running n.py. Look, John is 22 years old. Okay. And here we can specify numbered indexes also. Our index start from 0. So for the first argument we'll write 0 and for the second argument we'll write 1. So let's see running n.py. See, John is 22 years old. So we can use this format method like this. Okay. Here we can specify named indexes also. So let's see. Here we'll pass name and second argument is age. And if we do like this, it will give us error. See, key error name. Here we have to specify the different variables for these arguments. So in the format, we will initialize a variable. Let's say n for name. So n equal to name and a equal to age. And here we have to specify n and a. So now name is assigned to n and age is assigned to a. So now this will work. Let's see running n.py. Look, we are getting John is 22 years old. Okay, so we are getting the desired output. So this was string formatting. And here we can also change the order of these arguments. But for this, we have to consider these arguments. So we'll see this in the next video. So see you there. Thank you.